G'day, I'm Andrew from Downrigger Shop Tackle here in Sydney, and I'm just going to talk to you about how to crimp up a knife jig. The story is that a lot of guys are just running, doing a Sabile knot, an FG knot, a PR knot, joining the braid on their jigging outfits to several metres of leader. But what the reality is that when you're at the 12-mile Texas Reef, the Peak, we have got an issue with non-target fish biting through cleanly or just damaging the leader. So I'm talking about obviously anything from green toads close in to, of course, Chinaman leather jackets and barracuda. And the reality is that it's not uncommon to lose your jig out there or to have a damaged leader because some fish has swiped at it and marked at it. I've seen quite a few guys on our boat who have looked at a nick or whatever on their leader, decided it's too much bother to change it, and have hooked up to a solid fish next time and lost it. So why I'm doing pre-crimping of jigging leaders is because when you're out there and it's a bit rough or the current's fast or the fish are on or whatever, you basically just want to get back into action as quickly as possible. And of all the ways we've found, the single quickest way is to have pre-rigged jigs, and you just tie the braid straight onto the brass ring at the top of the leader. So let me just quickly show you what's required. First of all, you will need a small crimping tool, a pair of cutters. After the job is done, we usually tie the leader off with just some garden tie, which works kind of handy. For the crimping itself, you'll need a cigarette lighter, some matching sleeves. We're using 80, so these sleeves, aluminium sleeves, are designed for 80 pound. Some brass rings, of course the leader, and last but not least, the actual jig. So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to take maybe 1.5 metres of 80 leader and cut it off the spool. Then we will start at the jig end, and I'm putting a sleeve onto the leader like so, and then putting the leader through the solid ring on the jig, bringing it back through and sliding the tag end through the sleeve. Then I'm running it up a little so it's clear of the main line, grabbing hold of the cigarette lighter and cooking the end of the leader, like so. That melts it and flares it a little, goes liquid, and then you wait maybe 10 seconds and just tap it on the side of the cigarette lighter, and it cools and sets solid. Now obviously this is just a little bit of insurance. As you slide it down like I'm doing now, it comes down, and that little mushroom top where you've cooked it provides a little bit of extra insurance. Now we're ready to crimp the loop. So I'm taking the crimps, opening those up, fitting it into the matching section of the crimper, ensuring that the crimp itself is vertical for a nice clean crimp, and pressing down. And then one more, pardon me, without a hand here, one more on the inside section, directly in the centre part of the crimp. So we've done the jig end. For the other end, much the same. Grab hold of your little sleeve, run the leader through, once through a ring, back down, down through the sleeve. Pull it through because you want the tag end that you're going to cook obviously being away clear of the main line. You wouldn't want any heat touching Here we go again. Cooking the tag. A little bit of smoke coming off there. Give it a sec. Tap. And you get a little flat flange there, which is just a great bit of insurance. Wait till that cools before you draw it down. There we go there. Form a nice loop. Set up. Crimp once. And then the inside crimp. And you're done. Final job. This green garden tie wire, which we get at the local hardware store. Cut a piece off. Core your leader. Nice and neatly. Twist round a couple of times and you're finished. And that's it there. So if you're out on the jigging grounds, your leader is either cut or damaged, and you're trying to talk yourself out of the bother of tying another PR knot out on a moving boat, just grab one of these, cut your leader off, tie the braid straight onto the brass ring, and you're back into action. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like our YouTube channel.